Night rider madness, incredible vision as highway hoons outrun police at 300 kilometres an hour.
Can I ask you, please...
Hands off the camera. Hands off the camera, sir.
See how we infiltrate their secret army and bust them. Hello, I'm Naomi Robson and welcome to another week. Also tonight, Australia's parking fine terror, reaping $3 grand a day for his council. He shows no mercy.
I'll lousy 2 minutes here and you come over and give me a ticket, you
Another happy customer.
Plus a music feud that has the Little River Band crying foul.
You should be allowed to use the name that we thought of.
But first tonight, the reckless and deadly stunts of highway hoons. The drivers you're about to meet are well organised and live for the thrill of charging along freeways at speeds usually restricted to racetracks. They thumb their noses at police, but we caught them out.
So I've got nowhere to go. I'll hit the nitrous and hit them at about 250 k an hour. We can all go to hell together. I've done 300, you know.
They have to be stopped before someone is killed.
This is the high-octane, dangerous world of illegal street racing. A world where there's utter contempt for the law and people who follow the rules.
Like I say, if they block the road, I'll see if I can kill half a dozen cops on the way through. I don't care.
His name is Glenn Miller, a 31-year-old lunatic revhead who lives life in the fast lane and has nothing but contempt for authority. He's a ringleader of one of the most notorious gangs of street racers in the country.
I believe it should be perfectly legal to kill them. That they serve no useful purpose. The only good cop is a dead copper.
Hello guys, we're from Today Tonight. We're here to ask you some questions about the illegal street racing you take part in every week.
As you'll see shortly, the tough talk soon evaporates when we finally catch up with Miller.
Can I ask you, please...
Hands off the camera. Hands off the camera, sir.
I'm asking you to turn the camera off. It's invasion of privacy.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, you're invading people's rights on the roads. What do you got to say about that?
I've got nothing to say to you.
There's not much in it.
As you're about to see, illegal street racing is an organised operation, but one that is extremely difficult to penetrate. Today Tonight entered this secret society, posing as filmmakers, and what they wouldn't allow us to film, we caught on hidden camera, every terrifying moment.
And if I can't beat you legally, I'll pay the boys to come around and bash you and your missus and kids. I don't care. It's that simple. I don't care.
But he should care, because Glenn Miller's had his licence suspended, yet here he is blatantly breaking the law in his high-powered car. For 6 weeks, our undercover sting followed these speed freaks as they turned Gold Coast roads into their own private racetracks, egged on by hundreds of onlookers.
I'm speechless. Absolutely.
What are you
speechless.
shocked by what he's saying?
Yes. Horrified. My daughter's a young waitress who comes home late at night. To be confronted with that, she wouldn't stand a chance.
Gold Coast Councillor and Senior Sergeant of Police, Margaret Grummett, couldn't believe what she was seeing.
They're potential killers. You and I. Yes, they are killers of regular local people. And themselves, and other road users, and their passengers.
Margaret's been fighting a bitter battle against the Hoon element, who respond with threats and intimidation against any opposition.
One woman did complain to the media, and they've done donuts on her front lawn and eggs on her driveway, and yes, they're in fear.
These gangs come prepared. They use mobile phones, walkie-talkies and CB radios to stay a step ahead of police. Watch how quickly they disperse when police arrive. A few minutes later, they're back and racing again. Along with Mr. Miller, Another of the head Hoon honchos is this man, Louis Latore. Here he is at one of the illegal races he helped organise.
If they pull like me over or Shane over, they pretty much, they do this get away with it more because they don't want it getting in the papers, they don't want it getting negative publicity, so...
Too late for that, Mr Latore. As a recipient of a Police Crime Prevention Award, you would think the Vice President of the Broadwater Car Club would know better. Yet here he is drag racing in Glenn Miller's Ford in excess of 200 kilometres per hour. All much to the amusement of his pal Glenn Miller, seen here watching a video of their unlawful exploits.
See, this gives me, that gives me the shits when Lewis was driving and I wasn't.
Perhaps the most disturbing aspect is the risks this lawless wild bunch pose not only to themselves, but other road users.
These hooded up cars surrounded me and I've never been so frightened in my life.
Deanne Bale feared she and her 2 children would be killed when they were caught in the middle of a dangerous Hoon stunt known as a rolling roadblock.
They were definitely racing. Yeah. And I formed the opinion afterwards that those 3 cars that were doing 80, 90 Ks, they were pace cars, they were there to stop the other traffic so that they could race. And they just flew past me like I was standing still, so I'd say easy 200, 220. They were going really quickly.
Miss Bale now fears driving on highways.
It was very frightening. I had to pull over after the Smith Street turn off, and I pulled over under the bridge there. I was shaking, I was terrified.
But these highway outlaws don't appear to have any fear. Here's Miller's car, this time driven by a friend, flat to the board at over 220 kilometres per hour in an 80 km/h zone. It's early evening, the road is busy, but these idiots don't seem to care.
Now we're looking down here for traffic. Flog it.
And flog it they do. Here's one of the gang on a motorbike doing a wheelie at more than 150 kilometres per hour.
Now that's behaviour you see with Mick doing on a racetrack, not on an open road.
But that's nothing compared to this. Another of the gang pushing his machine to the limit, a frightening 294 kilometres an hour.
Well, I'm shocked to see something like that occurring on a public road. It's more like something you'd expect to see in a movie.
John Wickman, Traffic and Road Safety Manager with the Royal Automobile Club of Queensland, said it's only a matter of time before someone innocent is killed or badly hurt.
If you do lose control, then really I would say it's goodbye, turn the lights out. It really is quite dangerous at speeds like that.
Not that these Hoons seem to care.
When I finish with the police department, the policeman that's stupid enough to arrest me, and they will, I'll go personally for malicious intent, and I will be even when I've wrecked his marriage, taken his house, and completely wrecked his life.
Well, Mr. Miller's life is about to become miserable. We arranged for him and his mates to view some of the footage that had been shot. What they didn't know was that the cameras were still rolling, and we were about to confront him.
What did you get up to in that one?
Couple hundred.
What do you have to say? Been following you for the last 4 weeks, got you on tape. Mr. Miller, you've lost your licence, got you driving.
Yeah.
What do you have to say about that? Without a licence? Nothing?
Nothing at all to say.
No.
I've got nothing to say to you.
Yeah.
I've got nothing to say to you at all.
No? How about the police? Why don't you tell us about your attitude to the police?
Well, this getaway wasn't as quick as Miller would have liked, scampering away on foot, leaving behind his most prized possession.
This is the car we saw you driving, Mr. Miller. No licence. A couple of 100 kilometres an hour doing burnouts in public streets.
Manny Curtis reporting there, and police contacted us today saying they're now investigating the gang members featured in our story, and we'll let you know what happens. Now, coming up, we hit